All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to talk about a really important topic that's going to kind of go through really this whole journey that you're on, right? Whether you are in the beginning, the middle, or close to the end, whether you're starting to make changes, whether you're currently making changes, or whether you've been doing this for a little bit and your wife is kind of turning things around a little bit, what's really going to matter most comes down to one word, and that's trust. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to really regain that trust, cement it there. And we're not talking about anything that's going to be manipulative or, a trick of the word or use these phrases or these simple things. We're just going to get to the truth on actually how to get to the bottom of the things, go layers deep so that you can build up that trust and you can make sure that this lasts. Now, if you like any of this information in this video, please like, comment. It really helps us out over here with the algorithm, especially with a small channel like this, where we just care about giving you guys proper information so that you can get back with your best friend, making sure that your family is better than before. Now, we'll get kind of into this video and we'll kind of shrink this down right here. Now, when it comes to this, you have to know that there are key differences, okay? And this is just kind of what it is. This is a fact that men and women are completely different, okay? Now, you can look at it on a biological aspect. That's totally fine. And you can, right? We all have our mood swings. Testosterone really plays into how you act aggressively, right? When you feel on the attack. There's a whole insanity cycle that I talk about with my private clients where something that as simple as your wife not feeling love, right, can have her reflect a little bit of disrespect. And then when you feel disrespected, you pull back the love, kind of creates these insanity loops. And that really just has to do with the fact that men and women are different. The way that we want to be loved or respected in a relationship is completely different. Now, I want to break it down even further for you. I want to kind of break it down on an energy level, right, that you want to bring to the relationship, okay? Because as a man, you have the opportunity to lead in this relationship. There has really always been this dichotomy of male and female, masculine and feminine, right? Where the masculine has always been the protector, the provider, the leader. Really, even society knows this because you will defend your family to the death and people expect you to. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? So when you want to break it down, you have to really look at the truth between the feminine and the masculine to understand how trust is formed, right? So you can, and I got this from a really amazing book, right? I believe this is a combination of like The Way of the Superior Man and Iron John, which is those are two great books. So the feminine is a more chaotic energy, right? When compared to the masculine. And this is because the feminine operates on feelings. This is that just automatic magnetic attraction and joy and radiance that a woman can exude, right? And it's just magnifying, right, to the masculine. Now, the reason why it's a little more chaotic is because you have to think of it like an ocean, okay? The feminine is like an ocean to where the ocean can be beautiful, the ocean can be peaceful, the ocean can be dangerous, the ocean can be stormy, right? And the ocean breathes life. Now, this is important because since she's operating on feelings, her feelings are transient. They're for how she's feeling in the moment. So if she's complaining, which you shouldn't even think about it like that, right? That has a very negative energy to it. That has a very negative connotation to it, where your energy is going to match that type of energy, and that's not good, right? So it's not necessarily complaining. You want to look at it as she's trying to give you a greater picture. Too often, I see my clients zoom in to what their wives are complaining about, but what you want to do is zoom out and look at the whole forest. Look at what she's saying, right? And when she says that she doesn't trust you, she doesn't believe you, she's saying something even bigger, right? That is a bigger pattern that we'll discuss in just a few moments. Now, women will also say a lot, okay? But as I just said, it's because they're operating on feelings and it's transient. Now, the truth about the masculine is during this whole trust process, really during your whole relationship, you're going to be the captain with his ship at sea, and you're going to need to know how to operate amongst the crazy tides, the storms, the calmness, the beauty, right? And the chaos. And that is just because the masculine, when compared to the feminine, is more logical, right? More calm in that manner. Now, what's even more beautiful about that is the key to really building up and regaining that trust comes down to one thing and one thing only. Us men in this world, and this is somewhat of a thing that's kind of being lost amongst society nowadays, right? But all we have is our word. Now, the reason why that's so powerful is because the male word is everything due to the fact that we follow it up with actions. Okay. Now, this is important because women operate on a deep need for security, right? Some of the deeper psychology I tell my clients when they're kind of going through all this and they're questioning about what is really going on in life and what is really going on to even get them to the point where their wife wants a divorce or they want to be separated or they're questioning even being with them in the first place is their deepest sense of security has been messed with, has been completely eroded, right? So they'd rather try to find security elsewhere, or what's really happening is they've already gone through the grieving process, so they feel secure in the decision that they're going to make, right? Now, when you get married at first, you were fulfilling that deep need for security because of those deep truths of the masculine, right? You're the protector, you're the provider. You will show up for your family and protect them from anything, even to death, right? If that has to happen. Now, this also comes down, right, to how she looks at your words and she looks at your actions and she projects out into the future how things are going to happen and how things are going to follow within the marriage or just in the immediate future, right? And that's one of the biggest things as well, because women with their deep need for security, when things are going wrong, it's because when they say that they don't, they don't believe that you can change, what they're really saying is as things are going, as all the cards are stacked up, all the tally marks are made, from that point on, they can't see how things are going to be different. Okay. And that's where you come in and rebuild that trust, regain that trust, and show them a different way, right? Show them how you've actually changed. Now, when trust is lost, this is where trust from following through with your words, actions that back up your word, right? As a man comes in. So when trust is lost, you can't convince her. You can't try to convince her and do all these things. That's just pure manipulation, okay? There is no convincing. It's the whole you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, okay? Now, that's completely fine because I want to make sure that I give you guys the truth and the most real information that's going to help you wherever you're at right now. The way that you really make sure that you follow through on this is you have to show her through a combination of your word as a man and action. You have to think about it as you are redepositing back into that investment, right? Into that bank account, okay? That's just been withdrawn so much, empty promises, not following through on your actions, right? Not following through what you're going to say that you're going to do, even down to taking out the trash, even down to paying a bill. All of that is extremely important, okay? Especially you trying to be the best man that you can be for yourself and then for your family as well, right? Now, what I am going to say, I'm going to give you a warning, right? All of this has to be genuine. It has to be from you, within your heart, within your soul, as a man, being 100% in your masculine, because women can pick up on this energy. They can pick up on this energy and they can smell it a mile away. So if it's fake, If you're just regurgitating words and not processing it within yourself and genuinely giving it forward, well, then she's going to pick it up, and then her trust in you is going to be even less. You're going to go negative, right? You're going to be in debt, right? So if it's not authentic, then she'll sniff it out quick. Now that's different from her comparing you to your previous actions and your old self, right? Because you're changing up the pattern, you're changing up that dialogue. That is completely different than her genuinely feeling within you that this isn't authentic and that you're acting like a non-genuine person. Really, trust is also authenticity, right? With yourself first, you have to be authentic and trust yourself with how you're acting. And then she's going to be able to trust and be authentic with you. Humans have this innate reciprocity effect, right? When they really believe that it's genuine and it's coming from within. And you can also feel this when people are being fake, right? Or they're being people pleasers, or they're being the nice guy, right? People don't like those people because that kind of, it's like this innate guard that gets triggered within our brain from when we were nomadic people that lived in tribes. If anyone was fake, the tribe was always weary of them, even to the point of making them a pariah, an outcast. Okay. So people don't like inauthenticity. Now, I would be doing you a disservice, right, if I didn't bring this up, because this is stuff I had to ask myself when I was going through the same situation. This is stuff I have to ask my clients when they're going through all these same situations. So you have to be honest with yourself so that you can really get to the brass tacks of everything, so that you can really get to the core root of the problem, and you can start rebuilding that trust, start showing those authentic actions, start not only saying things, but then backing it up with the way that you move, with the way that you bring yourself, with the way that your energy is, right? So you have to ask yourself, where have you not followed through with your words and your actions? And honestly, write this down on a piece of paper. This is a great action step that you can take right now. Is in this video, you can even pause and kind of really think deeply about what's kind of going on here and being honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, if you can't be honest with the way that you process things, the way that you think, and what you're currently doing, right? The current steps that you are taking, and you can't take a step back and be like, well, I'm completely 100% fine. Well, then you might as well just click off this video right now, because you have to be self-aware and authentic within yourself and really truthful with yourself in order to build that trust up with other people, in order to have that authenticity with other people, especially someone so important as your wife, when right now you shouldn't be focusing on the marriage. You should be focusing on that interconnection, that bond between human and human, right? So the second thing that you want to kind of ask yourself is, what has been repeated in the relationship that you either didn't care to see or didn't want to see? I know that that was a tough one that I had to really face myself in the mirror, right? For the things that I didn't care to see. I just brushed it off. She's just being this way. Oh, it's that time of the month. Those are just excuses that I told myself because I didn't want to live up to me being the most heroic person for myself and for my family. Okay. And now the biggest question of all is, have you really been showing up 100% in your masculine and giving your wife your full love? Really, if you just think about it, from all the people that I've talked to, from all the people that I've helped and seen, most trust issues, most issues when it comes with marriages, when it comes with women, really comes down to just one fact. It's not feeling loved. It's not feeling validated. It's not feeling valued. It's feeling alone. Really, the core root of it is not feeling 100%. The feminine needs the masculine to love her 100%, no matter what her moods are, no matter what she's doing, no matter what she's saying. That's why when you guys would first get together, she would ask you silly questions like, if I was a bug, would you love me? If I was this way, would you love me? Those are little mini tests, okay? Those are little mini ways that she's feeling more secure in you, engaging your authentic reaction. And seeing that when she does challenge you or goes through these strings of emotions, she's seeing how you will actually follow through with what you say by genuinely loving her, thus increasing her trust in you. And before, it was easy. But as life goes on, a lot of stuff gets in between the way, okay? Now, this also gets down to something that I always tell my clients, and I've had to tell myself when I went down this path, and thank God I saved my marriage. So it's a question, it's a tough question. But when's the last time you talked about your dreams, your ambitions, your desires, your hobbies, and all of that beyond the marriage, beyond the kids, beyond the bills, beyond the responsibilities? When's the last time that you were just personal with your wife? You were real on that level. Like you two just melted away the world. Like when you used to do this, when you just melted away the world and you just focused on talking to her. And like she was the only person that mattered in the whole wide world, and asked her those questions. Now to wrap it all up and to really hammer this home, there's only one key word to regaining trust, and that's consistency. And a bonus keyword, that's knowing. Okay. That's probably one of the biggest things. You can't just believe that you're going to regain her trust and fix this. You need to know. When you step outside, you don't believe the sun is there, right, in the morning. You know the sun is going to be there. So think about how you would act differently if you believed that the sun was outside, or that you know the sun is outside. You can do the same thing with your marriage, with regaining her trust, by using the one thing that we all have as men, and that's our word backed up by our actions. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you found this insightful, if you liked anything that I had to say, this is a grassroots channel. We're building this from the ground up. We don't got fancy anything, editors or all of that kind of stuff. I just want to bring you the best information that I've gathered throughout my years, throughout all the clients that I've helped, through all the marriages that I've helped save, so that you can, where you're at right now, no matter where you're at on this path, turn things around and really get to the core root of your relationship. Because you can't just reset it like if it was a computer. You have to go to the few core issues that are layers deep, heal those, and turn things around and unlock that hero within you. Now, like I said, like, comment on this video, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.